Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome, Pixie.
Thank you.
And let me just see. So far, we have CJ, who was first in, and Diane. Hi, Diane. Hi,
Hi,
CJ.
Diane. Hi, CJ.
Cheryl's here, and Rossi. Hi, Rossi.
Ooh, hi, Rossi. Hi, Cheryl.
Um, I'm going to open the queue. I'd like to remind you, before I do that, I'd like to remind you, if you guys have had a reading in the past couple of weeks, please, hi Viviani, hi Dr. Ann. If
Mhm.
you've had a reading in the past couple of weeks, please give a chance to someone who hasn't, and just leave the queue open for newcomers and for latecomers, and for people who might not have had a reading. So the queue is open, and silly moi, I forgot to no, not followed by me. I need to edit this. You have to type join followed by your question.
Mhm.
It's exclamation mark join, and there. There. You should see that down at the bottom. So it's exclamation mark join. Don't care if it's in caps or not, because Nightbot manages all of that for me. So there you go. Hi, Lightworker, and Sonia, Heavenly Blessed
Yeah.
Honey. Amanda is here. Oh, that's awesome. That's great, you guys. So, how have you been, Pixie? Haven't seen you for a while.
It was a little rough last week and a half. But other than that,
Yeah.
I always say be thankful because it, could have been worse, maybe, which I don't want. So I'm thankful it wasn't any worse than it was.
A lot of people have been feeling the whole shift in energy and all of those amazing uh,
Mhm.
solar storms that we're having. And hi, Linda Kennedy. Ouch. Wanda's nibbling at my elbow.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry you've got a migraine, Dr. Ann.
no,
Yeah, I can imagine it's hard to look at the screen.
very hard.
Thank you for being here. And Mousie's here. Yeah, we're all having a hard time with the energies. And we did if it helps you, we did yeah, Dr. Ann, the shift is making everybody feel a little wonky. It's not just you. Hi, Lori. We did in our practice session, we did a reading on the energies and if there was anything that we could do. And there were some pretty interesting things that came up out of it. Hi, Aaron O'Nugent and T. Lynn. Um, One of the things that was to keep your chakras cleared and your aura cleared and cleansed, I guess. And there's meditations on YouTube for doing that. There's music like chakra clearing music and all of that kind of stuff. So that will help, but it's something that we can't avoid and that we can't not do, if that makes sense. We can't get out of it. This is necessary to our growth, to the growth of humanity. So, as light workers, we're just going to have to find the best way through it that we can. Um, we can ask our guides to lessen the impact, to help us bear it a little better, and they'll do what they can. Our guides and angels will help us, but they can't stop it. Yeah, it's growing pains, almost literally growing pains. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, Amanda Carroll, your question's just a little too long. Uh,
Nightbot's picky about that.
yeah, Nightbot won't let you use more than 100 characters. And just to let you know, I did go into Nightbot's guts and try to figure out how to change that, and it's not I can't find it. So I mean, if any of you guys are Nightbot experts and can tell me where to find the character number change,
Ooh.
I would really appreciate knowing. So, if you would like to, now, Pixie, you don't have a channel yet, do you?
No, I don't. I have an issue with my Wi-Fi router right at the moment.
Oh, I'm glad you were able to be here.
Yep. Good old cell service. Never fails, usually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, unless the cell goes down, then we'll have an issue, but
Well, I thought you were going to use an Ethernet cable, but I guess nobody's got Ethernet cables anymore. Yeah.
You know, the phone company, they want, for anything that's communication related, you got to have the latest and greatest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want it or not. I put some white light around, green light around Dr. Ann's head. I asked them to do.
Thank you.
But everybody can ask for that. Your guys can also give you green light to help you feel better.
Yep. Yep. T. Lynn says that this is a carryover from a conversation on Tuesday with on Akashic Adventures. T. Lynn says when she was she told us that when she was the small child, she dressed like her mother told her she dressed like an old lady because she had the black patent shoes and the matching handbag and like old lady clothes on a 5-year-old. So a carryover from her 1940s life. Wow.
Fun for her.
That's pretty awesome.
She had to have liked it to want to dress that way in another lifetime. Not everybody likes the 40s for a reason, but she must have had a good lifetime.
Yeah. I love styles from the 40s.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I love the dress styles. I really, really like them. And the pants, the trousers.
30s. I'm our 20s and 30s. I'm pretty sure I was in the war. Probably why I don't like the 40s very much. Oh, I know why. I just remember what lifetime it was. In a very happy country or place. I was incarcerated.
Yeah, well, that's never fun. Aaron, okay, now that you've joined the queue, you have to put the question like after join. So if you do !join and then put in your question, it'll update and you won't lose your position in the queue. Okay? Yeah, we're all okay, because there was a misunderstanding about Nightbot. Nightbot is actually a bot, like it's software. It's not a person. So just to let you all know, when I say I went into Nightbot's guts, that means that I went into
the programming,
the coding, and looked for where the character limit was, and I couldn't find it. So it's probably set up in another part of the coding, and I wasn't feeling confident enough because it's been a long time since I hacked anything. And so yeah, didn't do that. Okay, we've got 5 questions in the queue. We're going to I think we're going to do a limit of Leah says, I'm sorry for hating on Nightbot before. Yeah, like why hate on Nightbot? Nightbot just obeys its commands. If you tell Nightbot,
that old computer saying garbage in, garbage out. Yeah.
That's right. If you tell Nightbot, I want 10 questions, I want 5 questions. If you tell Nightbot, if somebody uses 10 emojis in a row, boot them. Oh my God. Somebody was asking about Wanda. She's sitting on my lap and she's not feeling real cooperative right now. She doesn't want to step up. Do you want to step up? No. Okay. I got a good nip for that.
I like what Aaron said. That's kind of what it reminds me of too.
A little trash can robot. Yeah. Yeah, and Erin's very kind because she got booted once for using too many emojis, or was it all caps? I can't remember what you got booted
Oh,
for.
really? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. In my first time out with Nightbot, I think it was, and she got booted because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And T. Lynn's got a general question that we'll answer if we've
Hi,
got
Lee.
time. I've got it marked. T. Lynn, sorry, I keep saying I'm very aware of that. Was that what it was, Amanda Carroll? Oh, okay.
Ooh, San Francisco, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't like to be on the ocean right now? I would. Especially at
So
this hour.
Wanda's doing really well. Her weigh in, oh my goodness, I forgot to weigh her this morning. Supposed to weigh her Thursdays and Sundays. I guess it'll be Friday and I don't know, Tuesday or something this week. But yeah. Anyway, she's still improving. She's still eating well and getting into arguments with Wendy and Gerald. And yeah, and she is
I feel like she's like, I'm the boss, even though I was on vacation for a little while. I think you forgot who was in charge, kind of thing.
Yeah, they forgot. They forgot I rule the roost. She flew from her cage to Wendy's, and then back from Wendy's to her cage, and so she's just feeling a lot more energetic, and she does like sitting here. She spends a lot of time just sitting right over my heart chakra. So
I feel like even they're not going to weigh her today. She put on a little bit of weight, not a lot, but she put on some weight.
I hope so. And thank you all. Oh, Dr. Ann, love to you too. And thank you so much for dropping by. I hope you feel better. You go rest and, put a cold cloth on your forehead. That's such an old lady thing to do, the cold cloth on the forehead. Anyway, I want to thank all of you for your prayers and for, there's been some very generous contributions for Wanda, and I really appreciate that. She's going to be on medication for the rest of her life, which is fine. She's very good about taking it because I mix it up with her oatmeal, which she loves. So she just gobbles it down. And yeah, I really appreciate all the prayers and the energy and everything that everybody's been sending to her because she's my, I think it was Gerald who said she was my familiar. And I sort of, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was somebody else in chat. And I was kind of nervous about that because I don't practice Wicca. I'm not a practicing Wiccan at all. And not that I have anything against it. I think it's very cool, and I wish I understood more. And I feel really good about it, but I don't practice it. Okay, like it's not my path. And but she really is a really, really close companion. So okay. So I'm going to hold on for a second here. So she is doing just fine. What the heck? Okay, so my phone's given up on me. Oh, well.
You got a good charge?
Oh, yeah, it's plugged in.
Oh, okay. Then you should be good. So.
Oh, and here's Tara Yearway. Hi there. Welcome. Amanda Carroll's crows love oatmeal. And I think most birds do. I'm trying to find the top of this thread. Okay, fine. Who knows? Whatever. Let's close the questions. And if we have time, we'll answer more. There we go. And I will start with the prayer and the key to open the records, okay?
Yep.
And Pixie, if I forget, can you remind me to
Divine Mother.
Close the end. We are surrounded by the pure white light of divine source. We ask Archangel Michael to protect and guide us, and we call forth all of our angels, guides, beings of light, and Akashic Records masters to assist us now to receive information of the highest truth, highest frequency of light and love, allowing us to receive exactly what we need for our greatest good and the greatest good of humanity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to do the 3 deep breaths after, okay? Because I just realized I didn't do it and I feel it.
Okay.
We open ourselves to the light, and with this light, we open ourselves to our truth. And with this light, we open ourselves to our soul's purpose. And with this light, we open ourselves to be guided towards our highest good and the highest good of all in divine love. And so this group, consisting of the people here, those who will join us later, and those who will watch in the future, is given the truth to best serve them on their healing journey into the love and acceptance that is most beneficial for them in this moment. And I'm going to read this silently. And with this light and guidance, we unlock the energy field of this group to receive the records of their souls. Okay. Well, what the heck?
What happened? Did we lose something?
No, that was me. That was entirely me. I don't know how
Nothing
I
would
did it.
surprise me because we're still in Mercury retrograde, so we'll just go with
Yes,
the
that's
flow.
what we'll say. It won't be Linda's fat fingers. I thought I was hitting shift exclamation mark to get the night bot. Okay. Amanda Carroll wants to know guidance regarding finding heart happy work to support me and Jack the dog. So finding heart happy work, does that mean just work where your heart is happy, I guess? Is that right, Amanda Carroll? If that's wrong, tell us. Got your question, Sonia? And if we have time, we'll answer it. Amanda Carroll, are you still around? I just want to know if what you're talking about by where I'm happy to get out of bed in the morning. Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you there, sister. Do you want to do this one, Pixie, or do you want me to start?
I'm just going to check in right now. So if you're already checking in with them, you can go first.
What is it that makes you happy, Amanda Carroll? Like, what do you really enjoy doing that makes you just buzz, that makes you fizz, that makes you, do you know? Do you have, I get a really strong healing vibe from you. So I don't know what you're doing now, but if it's accounting, you might want to think about maybe starting up a side hustle of Reiki or QHHT or something, because I get a really strong vibe of a really strong feeling of healing. That would be good for you. I'm not an expert, and maybe the thought just is not something you want to do, and that's okay. She says art, trees, helping. Wow.
QHHT is helping.
Yeah, and so is Reiki. But
I don't feel that she wants to do the physical, and you don't have to be present to do it, but I don't feel like that's ringing any bells for Amanda.
She says she's thinking about making dream pillows and possibly salves. So
I'm hearing that'd be good as a side hustle, is what I'm hearing.
yeah.
You have to find the right place to market it. I feel like there's somebody you already know that would be really good at putting it in there. I feel like they have a storefront. I think that I could be wrong, but I feel that the QHHT is a little intimidating for some reason. I don't know if it's, if it's fear-based or. Okay, I could be wrong, Amanda. You can answer me, but I feel like you think that people that do hypnotherapy get in there and start rearranging your furniture. Is what I'm hearing. It's a funny way to put it, but
Rearranging furniture in your brain.
yeah. And there's a trust level. But you have guides, and your guides are not going to allow somebody to get in there and rearrange your furniture without your permission. They don't really do that. That type of therapy is more about going in and finding out where your blocks are, your energetic and mental blocks. And those are things you chose during the time that you were negotiating your soul contract. So what they do is they help people that are stuck somewhere along the way. And it's usually from a past life, which is why QHHT helps a lot of people. Sometimes you don't remember that particular past life, so it brings it forward and kind of highlights it and gives you the opportunity to change how you feel about it.
She says that Marriott. Go ahead.
Just to do more research, I think, into that particular type of healing. It'd be nice for you because it would allow you to live anywhere you wanted to once you were good at it.
She says that Marriott Inner Alchemy, QHHT, fear of not coming back, and yes, the furniture too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Amanda Carroll, we're both getting healing,
mm-hmm.
and
well, I just got huge. When you said that, Linda, I just got huge confirmation, goosebumps.
Yeah, so so you may want to pursue that as a side hustle and not as full-time work, because not every healer can make a living at it, but it will fill your heart, and it will be something that you enjoy doing, that you're willing to get up in the morning and do. So if that's what you're looking for, you may have to do it in a limited kind of way for the time being, for a limited amount of time until you can get established. I hope that helps, Amanda Carroll. Good luck.
They will help her with referrals and things like that.
Yeah. But that'll take years. That'll take like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. So it's something you'd work on the side, but you do have a gift for it. You do have a gift for it. That's why they're putting it in your path, because they're trying to talk to you into going and taking, don't just automatically say no. They want you to go and investigate it and do more research, and that's going to take away some of the fear you're feeling because you put it in your contract. So it was your choice before you came here to explore that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Helps. I've had regression work done, and you're fully alert the entire time, even though you're being you're under hypnosis, but you're not going to go anywhere you don't want to go. Like, they don't have that kind of control and power. That's your guys are overseeing that, so you need to trust them that they're going to send you in the right direction and that they are going to oversee anything like that. They have a lot more power than the person that would be doing any of the work.
Thanks,
That
Pixie.
helps.
And thanks, Amanda Carroll. And keep us posted. Let us know what happens, because now now we're invested. Oh, good. She says she trusts her guides. Good. I'm glad, because
that's where put your trust, because they're going to tell you if you try and go to somebody and they're going to be like, they're going to give you like, not this person. They're going to let you know.
Yeah. And this next question is a light worker. Hi, light worker. Did I have a past life in Greece?
Let's see.
I see a couple of past lives in Greece. One like a really long time ago before it was Greece. Well, I mean, it only became Greece like 150 years ago. So like to be unified as a country from a bunch of city states. But in that area, a long, long time ago, like the time of Homer, and then more recently when part of Greece was under the rule of the Ottoman Empire. So I'm guessing that's Cyprus, or maybe another part that's okay. I don't know enough about the history to flesh it out. So you guys are just going to have to tell me the whole story, okay? In the most recent lifetime, which I'm just going to assume is the one you want to hear about, in the most recent lifetime, you're a woman and you're living kind of a dangerous life because you're dancing on the edge of if you get caught, you'll get shot. And so it's really important not to get caught. Now, I'm not sure exactly what you're doing, but the I hear spy, sabotage. I don't know who for, though. Maybe for, but it was against the Ottoman rulers in that particular area of Greece that you lived in.
I'm seeing the armor and the excuse me, the spear. You're a captain and you did a lot of training of soldiers. You're also really good with horses, because I see a white stallion. It's pretty frisky. It's not exactly an easy horse to handle. So you were known for your horsemanship skills too. There was no shortage of things to look at, or that you might want to do at that time. You weren't currently at war, and there were a lot of very learned people there during that time, and you had a thirst for knowledge. So you would go and check in the schools of wisdom to see how much you could learn, what you had to do to learn it. And you were kind of interested in politics too. You were kind of like, do I go this way or do I go that way? But you, excuse me, you supported your family by being in the military. It's interesting. I don't see you married. I don't see you wanting to be married. I'm hearing you think, well, I don't have time for that because there's too many other things I want to do. Okay. The reason you felt that so strongly about that, there was an accident with what do they call those? Like one of those, what's the word I'm looking for? I can see it.
Chariot?
not a chariot, like a cart, but it was used for war at times because they would transport supplies and things in it. Okay, you were helping somebody you were helping them learn to train the horse, work with the horse that was going to be pulling that. It's a pretty big, excuse me, cart.
Oh, sorry, I didn't do this.
He saw, this guy could not handle a horse. He really should not have been a horseman, but you kind of believed everybody could be a horseman with enough patience and training. Not this guy. He had horrible coordination, and you were very quick on your feet, but he hit you going pretty fast. And even though they had, for those times, very good medical standards, wow. Oh man, hold on a second.
Back a little.
He paralyzed you with that horse and cart incident. You went through a very dark time where you just didn't want to be alive anymore. And then because you'd been into the schools of wisdom and they had heard about your accident, they came to your rescue. And they taught you that you did have a purpose. Not the purpose you originally planned on, but you did have a purpose. And what I see you doing is teaching kids. That you're teaching them what they call the wisdoms, is what they call them. And you actually lived to be for that time, a very old age, because once you got into it, it fed your soul. The other one kind of fed your ambition and your career, and when that is kind of like one of those turns that we don't expect, but was really put on our plan for us to experience. So when you passed, you were elderly, you had a lot of knowledge. That's what fed your soul. And then you trained other younger kids. As they got older, you would teach them different things. It would depend on, their comprehension. You would pick the ones that you knew would really be able to progress, because you're trying to basically grow the school so you'd have more teachers. That's what I see you doing in that lifetime. When you passed, you were at peace because you felt like you'd accomplished what you came here to do. Wow. It's emotional, sorry.
It's okay. Take your time.
It's just.
Thanks, Pixie.
I just saw get smashed into by this idiot with the cart. Sorry, I should say idiot probably, but it's like, good Lord, dude, can you not see where you're going? So was your life. The one I'm getting anyway.
So, Lightworker, you have apparently several lives in Greece, and if you feel like it, you might want to think about traveling there and exploring the country. Take a month and explore the country and see what happens. It'll be interesting. Let's put it that way. Okay. Next. Thanks for your question, Lightworker. That was pretty interesting. And thank you, Pixie, because that was clearly distressing for you. Thank you for doing that. So next we have Sudave Taz. What message my higher self? Okay, so a message from your higher self. Okay.
I'm not even getting my eyes closed. I already hear something.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Where have you been? Wow, that was fast. They're like, you want us to answer a question? Where have you been? Do your due diligence is what I'm hearing. They're not going to cut you any slack. They're asking, what are you afraid of? Running from it won't change the outcome. That's what I'm hearing. So that's what they're wanting you to do. They're wanting you to trust your own inner guidance. And there's something that you want to ask a question about, but you don't want to hear a specific answer. It's like you want to control the answer. And, that's not what they do. Even though, something might scare the heck out of us. We have to have the courage and ask. Because sometimes it's not what you think it's going to be, it's something completely different that might, scare you, but it's on your path. And they're trying to help you. Hope that helps you.
Hi, Sudave. The message I'm getting from your guides and from your soul is to trust in what you're already getting. You'll get ideas. You'll get inspiration. You get a flash of insight. These are all coming from your guides and your soul. And they're perfectly valid, but you don't really pay enough attention to your own, to them. You don't pay enough attention to your own intuition. So yeah, that should be something, or that. Okay, I'm not your cop. Okay. But that might be something that you would want to pay attention to in terms of guidance, so that you are getting guidance. You're getting guidance all the time. You're just not listening to it, or you're discounting it, or you're saying that couldn't possibly happen, or that's not what that means, or all kinds of other, because we all do that. All right. We all do that until we learn better. And now's your time for learning better. Now's the time that you're being called on to bring it, and to learn to trust it, and learn to rely on it. You can develop it, but you won't develop it if you keep ignoring it or saying, well, that can't be true. Okay, so I'll tell you a story. Green Aventurine, questions are closed right now. I'm sorry. But yeah, questions are closed. I'm going to tell you a story, you guys, that happened like the day after the 8/8 portal. So the 9th of August or the 8/8 portal. I was just sitting here with Wanda watching something on YouTube. I don't remember what. And I have something called the Uncover Your Past Lives Oracle, and I have the guidebook. And it's all nicely set up on my bookshelf, like arranged and properly standing up and everything. It's a nice bookshelf. It's wood. It's a solid wood bookshelf that I got from a dear friend. And it's about 6 feet tall, 6 or 7 feet tall. It's a huge bookshelf. Anyway, sitting here, just all of a sudden the book, I hear this crash, and no budgies around. So nobody pushed it off the shelf. And I got up and went over to take a look, and it was the guidebook to the Uncover Your Past Lives Oracle, which I had just been saying to someone else that, yeah, I had that, but it never made sense to me, so I never explored it any further, because when I first got it, I fooled around with it and read the book, and it just didn't make sense, and so I just left it. Well, there's my inspiration to open it up and start studying it again and start trying to work with it some more. And I could have said, I don't know, like, okay, but explain to me how a book on the bookshelf moves 2 inches to the edge of the shelf to leap off. So that was pretty clearly an indication to me that I should open that up, my mind, and accept that was an inspiration for me, or a motivation, or a kick in the pants, however you want to look at it, for me to re-examine that book and the deck, and I'm doing so. And so all the rest of the books are just staying on the shelf. Nothing else has jumped off since, so I guess I must be doing the right thing. So, I mean, I don't know why I was inspired to tell you that story, Sudabe, except that we all get inspiration in different ways and at different times, and we need to pay attention to them if we want to keep growing and keep getting inspiration. Because if we stop listening, then they stop talking. It's sort of like it has to go both ways. So, hi, Delphi. Delphi just got here, and I hope that helps. So, it's my long-winded story about books jumping.
That's a good explanation. I mean, they're doing it out of love.
Yeah, they're doing it
really
so that I
wanting
can
to
do it.
help. They cannot help you if you don't ask them. They can't interfere in your life.
Yeah. So if you ask for
That's
guidance, don't be surprised if you get it, and don't ignore it. So, Aaron, I have your. Oh, here you go. There you are. Aren't you wonderful? You read my mind. So this is Aaron's question. She wants to get back some oomph for her future. Oh, so some enthusiasm for living. And trust the universe spirit team again. So you're welcome, Sudhabe. I really hope that helps you. So Aaron, tell me, that makes it sound like you don't like trust them again. So you stop trusting them and you want to build that back. You got it. It's the same story as Sudhabe. You have to listen. You have to be open. And in terms of hope for the future and enthusiasm for your life.
Okay, I'm getting that. What you're holding on to is some anger. And you feel like they should have warned you, or why did I have to go through this? If I have guides, if they really cared about me, I wouldn't have to go through all of this stuff. And unfortunately, all of our lessons are not easy. Some of them are very difficult lessons, and you're going through a grieving process. That does not happen overnight. You kind of go through it in steps. There's a really famous gentleman, and he's a grief counselor, very well known, if I can remember his name. Oh, goodness. If you look up grief counselor, I think his first name is David. If you look up grief counseling, he should come up, because he'll probably be one of the first searches that comes up. His training was that he lost a child, and he also has gone worldwide to do. He does go to all the catastrophes. So he's with the Red Cross. He's with he's been to some really difficult places to help people and to help them get over their grief. So, and it's really hard because the grief kind of keeps us stuck too. So if you can find a way, I think Linda and I talked about this once, but if you can find a way to physically release the grief, it helps. You need to write it down and burn it.
Or scream.
Yeah, but physically release it, like, get yourself, like big rice bag and wrap it one way with duct tape, the other way with duct tape, and get yourself a couple of dowels from the hardware store and, just start talking someplace private, talk out loud and just start smashing the living daylights out of the rice bag. It sounds really weird, but it's very helpful. Now, I don't know if you're well enough to play racquetball, but that is an extremely effective way of getting rid of anger. You don't need a partner. You don't need to keep any points. You just go in and hit the ball. And you'll be amazed when you come out of the racquetball court. You feel like you feel lighter than a feather. It's like all of your anger and your angst and your upset and your stress, it's just you leave it on the court and you walk out. It's just amazing. I've done it and it works. It's incredible how well it works. And it's healthy. On top of that, you're doing a healthy activity at the same time. So that's what I would recommend to you. And then, like I said, write it and burn it. And write it be conscious of when it comes up. Because I think what's happening is it's coming up in what they're telling me is you're not making the connection when it comes up, that to stop it right in that moment and write it down. Even if you can speak into your phone and then later write it down. Record it, take it home, write it down and burn the paperwork that it's on. But they're telling me you need to be more cognizant of your thoughts, which is not always easy to do. I get it. But that's going to help you a lot to move forward. They want to help you move forward. They don't want you to get stuck in the place you're at. They love you too much, they said. I hope that helps.
Erin, I lost your comment because I was trying to reply to you, but here it is. She prayed for over a decade and it ended up hurting her so badly. Well, yeah, you're grieving. Mm-hmm. And you're and apparently took all her money too.
I'm going to recommend somebody's work that's on YouTube, Dr. Ramani. It's R-A-Ramani,
R-A-M-A-N-I. Yeah, I watch her too. She says the people who conspire to hurt me are all doing great. Well, that's only what you can see.
Narcissists, they will be. I'm sorry, but that's the way it works because they don't really have emotions like you do.
Listen, I didn't do this. She just disappeared. Oh my God, you just disappeared.
Yeah,
I didn't watch anything.
Mercury retrograde. Maybe it was what we were talking about. I don't know.
So, Erin, watch Dr. Ramani, and there's other people that deal with narcissists because it just seems to me that what you're suffering from is narcissistic abuse. That you've been a victim of that.
That's just got great big huge goosebumps.
Yeah, me too. I got goosebumps on that too. So
you were one, Erin, so it kind of sets you up.
Yeah. So watch some of Dr. Ramani, and there's another guy called Danesh. There's a few people, but Dr. Ramani is hi Starfish Jenny. I haven't seen you for ages. Anyway, sorry. So Erin, watch those and consider getting some therapy because narcissistic abuse is very difficult to recover from. It absolutely destroys your sense of self, and really, it's really insidious and awful for someone to undergo that. So, please just consider.
I don't know if there are any, but you might be able to find some support. But you're going to want to learn how to spot them first, because it's always been my opinion. They're kind of like, what's that fish that's like leech? They're like leeches. So they'll look for a
Oh, yeah.
meeting like that. They like positions of power. They like being a
Yeah.
therapist. They like to be in power a lot. And there are very many different types of narcissists, but you definitely need to heal from that, because that will affect everything else going forward if
Yeah.
you can't heal it. You're
Yeah.
going to
And
draw somebody else in just like them, which you don't.
the other thing about that is that narcissists go for empaths. And like everybody in this chat, everybody here is an empath.
Yep.
So we are, narcissists love us because we are an unending supply of affirmation and support. And, we're very empathic, but our needs don't matter. And eventually they break us. Okay. So, yeah, stay away and Aaron, get some therapy. I'm really sorry about this. This is going to be this is going to be hard for you to come back. I mean, it's going to take a lot of strength and a lot of work for you to come back from this, but you're worth it. You're worth it. T. Lynn, thank you. She says, hang on, let me just put that up. Dr. Ramani and Dr. Les Carter. Yeah, that was the other guy I was trying to think of. Save Me After Narcissistic Abuse. They're actually support groups specifically for survivors of narcissistic abuse. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. It is absolutely it's a thing. So please, therapy will help you a lot. And part of that therapy is going to be grieving for what you thought you had, and it turned out to be a lie. Yeah, I get you, girl. I completely and totally understand that.
Don't let them come back and try and what they call hoover you back in here.
Suck you back in,
The
phone
best
you
way
at
to deal with a
morning and say, I miss
narcissist
you so
is
much.
to just totally cut them out of your life. No
Yeah.
contact whatsoever, because it could be 6 months, a year down the road, they'll come back and try and hoover their way back into your life.
Mine phones me up every time he gets drunk, so I hear from him like every 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, that's the kind of person you just
I don't answer his calls.
No.
So Amanda Carroll has a really, really lovely image for you, Aaron. There. I see you rising from a pool of water and taking a great breath that refills you with your heart essence.
Yep. Some people don't survive narcissists. That's how devastating they can be.
Yeah. They just end up, sitting in a closet for the rest of their lives because it has, you're afraid to, you become socially anxious. You're not able to go out. You're just waiting for the berating and the criticism and everything else. So you don't want to speak up. And so, yeah, it's really, really, Diane. Yeah, that's right. Diane says she blocked hers after a drunk text and ran. Yep. Lots of love to you, Aaron. Okay, so you just made up my mind for me, Aaron. I'm gonna try to remember to do a healing at the end of this because I forget, just like I forget to close the records because I'm a ditz. Sometimes I'm not quite fully here, and we're going to we're going to do a healing, but please do look into getting some therapy. It's really necessary for you in this situation. And that's just me. I don't need a guide to tell me that. I mean, that's clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's going to take a while to stop missing him. There's still some things I miss about my narcs, but not enough to want to even say hello anymore. Mind you, I don't.
If they try and come back, they're only trying to come back for their own needs. They care about you. They don't have the capacity to care. They don't.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is the right spelling, Aaron. I just saw your latest comment. Yeah, that is the right spelling. And Ramani, Ramani.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if you just put it into YouTube, it'll come up with a bunch of her videos. She's great. I really like her. Okay,
Yeah.
next we have Leah, who wants to know what the records want her to know. Okay. What the masters want her to know from the records. Okay. Be a good girl.
Do you want to go first, Linda?
Yeah, I'm just getting the image of a bright shining light. A really bright light, like the kind of light that you see, like a lighthouse that you can see from miles out at sea. And it's coming from your heart. Let your light shine. Don't hide yourself. Let it out. Let yourself be who you are. Let your light shine. Let it be a beacon of love. And let it be a beacon of love. Let yourself be a beacon of love. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. Oh, I'm just going to sit here feeling unconditional love for a couple of seconds. You go ahead. Oh,
Okay. First thing I heard was be patient. This is funny, but they're saying we're like Sherlock Holmes. We're working the case. Let me ask them why they're saying that.
yeah, me too, Lee. I'm crying.
Yeah, I do see you standing in a shaft of white light. They want you to be more open to the white light. It's kind of like you feel it and you can see it sometimes, but you're a little hesitant. Like you're kind of like there's a part of you that's afraid it's too good to be true.
I got the
don't know if
big chills. I got the big chills on that, Pixie.
I feel like it's because somebody let you down in the past. Somebody you dearly love with all of your being. Ooh, you thought this was the one, and they let you down. It's taken you a long time to work through it. So you see it, but you're afraid to trust it. I'm hearing this shall not happen again. What happened before? Take the step.
What?
Or it won't let you down.
I didn't touch you.
If you need to take a small step, but take the step. That's what I'm hearing. It's almost like you're on the edge of the light. You can see the light, but you're afraid to step all the way into the light. Because, and I understand how this feels. You're afraid that you're going to get let down again. And they're saying, well, what happened before was a learning experience, which they want to tell you they know how painful it was, but they're very proud of you. Because you've come through it so beautifully. And it was a difficult task. Hold on a second. It's hard to breathe for a second. You still have a little bit of grief. And what they want you to do is to step in the light and let them bathe you in the light. What they're trying to do by having you stand in the light like that is they're wanting to cleanse the rest of your being and your aura of any remnants anywhere of that past experience, so you can be totally. Ooh, okay, hold on. I'm gonna cry.
It's nice, isn't it?
You can be totally free because they want you to fly. I can feel your hesitation. I can feel it, but just take a leap of faith. It's been a long time, and it's overdue on your life path.
So it's pretty awesome messages for you, Leah. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
But I can feel your fear. So they want you to step out of it like you step out of a piece of clothing, like a dress, where you just drop it, step out of it, and leave it behind. It's in the past.
Yeah. Yeah. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a new road ahead of you.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. You're surrounded by love. You're surrounded by this amazing, amazing, unconditional, beautiful, beautiful love. Like it's, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just drop the fear and be in the love.
Yep.
Because remember, those are the two motive forces of the universe, right? Fear and love. So, and look who we have just joining us now. Annie Bear, swooshing through with love. Ah, your timing is perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
They,
yeah,
they, they want
that
you to
was
fly. They just don't want you to walk. They want you to fly, girl,
yeah,
fly. That's what I'm
yeah,
hearing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, yeah, I can't help it. I get stuff like that, and it makes me cry just because of the because it is really, really powerful, and that's what happens when there's a powerful spiritual thing going on. You know, my eyeballs leak.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
No,
It
it's not
just
at
it's
all.
just what happens. So we're next is Linda Kennedy. And this is our last question. Well, no, it's the last of the from the queue, but we have Heavenly Blessed Honey and then T. Lynn, who had some questions as well.
Okay.
But they're more of discussion. Well, T. Lynn's is more of a discussion thing. Was I ever a nun in a past life?
Let's see.
You go ahead.
Our past life.
Here. Oh, yuck.
I feel like it's a Catholic nun because I'm seeing a black and white habit. Oh, this is an interesting life. It's in Ireland, where the Catholic Church had a lot of power.
Still does.
The nuns were always secondary to the priests, obviously. They didn't have that kind of power. It's interesting. I almost feel like you went in there as a vocation, but you didn't 100% understand the connection with the divine. It was more of the routine I want to say, and the security of having a place to live and knowing what you're going to do and belonging, because
And
there is a sense of belonging.
not having to be married and beaten by your husband
Mm-hmm.
and having babies until you die.
You came from that, so you didn't want anything to do with that. What your challenge was in that lifetime was not to use your power over those who were less fortunate. That was a real struggle for you. It came from trying to feel secure, because even though you were in that environment, it was still kind of, there's a lot of politics, even among the nuns, and it made you uncomfortable. And instead of going within and above, as we say, you kind of were trying to do it, through with your head, play the politics, do this, do that. And, oh, okay. One day you were out in the yard and one of the kids was almost drowning in a canal. And, oh, I've got goosebumps everywhere. Hold on just a second. That was when you made your decision to go within and to connect with the above, is what you called it, at that time. You risked your life to save that child. That was the demarcation point for you. That was one of your lessons. You saved that child's life. It gave you a totally different perspective because, children were basically, they were to be seen but not heard. And this gave you like a window into the fact that they were basically, they had all the same needs, desires, wants, fears. All of that was within that small body. And you had not seen them that way before. What happened after that incident was you were their favorite nun. And what you did was you opened up your, you opened up your heart and you basically channeled love. You channeled it from above and you opened up your heart chakra and you just let it fly. And you trusted your guides and your angels to protect you from all of the political stuff that was going on. You listened to them and they gave you a way around whatever obstacle or problem was in front of you. You really did have an incredible awakening of the divine. You lived to be about 80, and the children that you held in the orphanages when they left there, they never forgot you. They loved you. You changed so many lives. You didn't realize it because until you crossed over, you didn't see all the lives that you changed. That would have been so different if you hadn't been there. So, and I think even in this lifetime, children are drawn to you because they could still feel that spark of the divine. You still carry it with you for children, especially. And you liked animals too. An incredible lifetime. You made such a huge difference. You just, I wish you could see it. I hope that helps you.
I got nothing.
Those kids really needed you. Sorry.
Stop apologizing.
That was a tough place to be for a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a tough place to be for a woman.
Yeah. Even for the nuns, it was tough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
but it's beautiful to look at. I mean, I can see what a huge impact. You can see the amount of light, and it's not just white, it's pink, it's green, it's so many, it's like a rainbow of colors. It's coming right out of your heart chakra. It's really amazing to see. Thank you.
Thank you, Pixie.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I got nothing to add to that. Um, and thanks, Linda. This is the last question. The next one is T. Lynn's discussion. Then we're going to do the healing, and then we'll close. Linda says, when I was in Ireland visiting, it felt like home. You know, my daughter said that too. Oh, she has two great aunts that were nuns, and she always felt such a close connection to them, and she was only a child while they were alive. Oh, cool. Aaron wants to know if it's weird to want to nibble on other people's pets. Do you want to see if you can take a chomp out of this? That beak? Okay. You're so welcome, Linda. Thank you for letting us read for you. That was
yeah,
well, for letting Pixie read for you, because I didn't have any. I don't have anything to add to that. That was. I did get that it wasn't your only life as a cleric, you know, as in a religious order, but really this was the most impactful one. And I believe also the most recent one. So I think that would have more bearing on your question than anything that I could add. So, Sonia wants to know, can you tell me if I was in a past life with my ancestor, Hagen Mathisen? Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Diane. And I should also say, if you'd like to support the channel, please, in the description is a link to PayPal. All your donations are appreciated, and thank you. Like, subscribe, share. You know the routine, the usual things. And after we finish with this, we'll have a chat about where we're going to be next and what's happening on this channel over the next couple of weeks. So if you're ready, you go ahead, because I haven't even tuned in yet.
No, not yet. I'm not getting a yes on that. I'm getting.
Yeah, me neither. I'm getting. Okay. So I'm getting a village, like maybe 300 or 400 people in a place where there's lots of pine trees and mountains. Okay, so I don't know if it's Norway or Denmark or where the heck. And it's a seaside village, of course, because there's nothing in the interior except more mountains and forests. I believe I'm seeing a schoolroom with a teacher, and you're one of the students. And into the schoolroom, somebody else's, your best friend's father comes running in. No, your best friend's older brother comes running in. And the two of you share a desk in the schoolroom. And her father's been injured on the boats. The fish on his fishing boat. And it appears that her father is Hagen. but he's not related to you. He's not like your uncle or anything. He's not related to you in that lifetime. But it's odd that there's even a connection. That's what I got. Do you get anything, Pix?
I'm
Pixie?
getting he's waiting on the other side for more of his relations to cross. Like their soul group isn't complete yet. Some of them are still on the earth plane. He's not. He's 3 generations removed. I'm hearing they have to have one more pass into what he calls my domain, the domain he's in. Oh, how interesting. There was a tacit agreement with him, with the gentleman that had the boat accident, but the lesson was more for the woman, the girl, with her friend. It was a lesson for her on how to be a good friend to someone who's had such a devastating loss. That was her life path. She didn't have that. She had a very happy lifetime. Like there weren't any like major mishaps or illnesses or anything like that.
She says that Hagen built ships.
He said, I had that talent, but that's not what currently I'm occupied with. Interesting question. I can ask him what he's occupied with. He's learning some lessons, he said, and some talents, like gifts that he's going to have when he does reincarnate. So it's like prepping for the next lifetime. He's chosen to come back, so he's prepping for when he makes his life plan with his guides. Because it's kind of like they're in pre-prepping phase, you know what I'm saying? He's not ready to come back yet, but he's trying to it's funny. He says, I'm trying to be a little bit more particular about my life plan this time. I don't know why he's saying that. I got a little bit too carried away last time is what he's saying. Well, I get that. Yeah, that's what he's saying. That's one of the things he's learning, is to not be so like gung ho for everything, anything. I'm up for anything kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's one of those guys. So that's what he's doing. I don't know if that helps you any, but the connection was more with the boy. And it was a lesson about learning how to be a really good friend to somebody who had a devastating loss.
Yeah.
That was the lesson. That's really all I'm getting right at the moment.
Thanks, Pixie. And thank you, Sonia, because that was pretty interesting. I hope that helped. Now we get to T. Lynn. And her question at the very top of the show, she wanted to know if it's possible to be the reincarnation of one of our own ancestors. So which that kind of ties in with Sonia's question.
Yeah.
So, like, am I the reincarnation of my grandmother, Tatiana? Well, no, because she was alive until I was like 25 or something. I'm getting that in rare circumstances that happens, but generally speaking, our spiritual DNA like our reincarnation path doesn't follow our physical DNA path. That we create, when we plan our lives in the life between lives, when we plan our life that's coming, we're not. We're looking for experiences that we need to grow. We're not looking so much for the underlying principle. Okay, the underlying principle of the setup of the planning is what lessons am I going to learn in this life? There may be one overarching lesson. There may be that has like some, sub chapters or sub paragraphs or whatever. Or there just may be like a series of lessons about how to deal with stuff and how to love through grief, how to, do all of that kind of. I mean, I'm just pulling stuff out of thin air here. Okay. So I don't really know what I'm talking about.
I think what I'm getting is there's like exceptions to the rule. Like, let's say you came in as a baby and the agreement with the mother was that she was going to have a miscarriage. So you're going to go right back.
Yeah.
And then you don't really have a lot of connections other than with your birth mother. So you go back, and then that's an exception where you can come back earlier. But I feel like I don't want to say it's at least 4 generations that have to come and go before this starts over again. And the soul groups may change too, depending on what the setup was in each lifetime.
Yeah. My information is that it's exceptional for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That it does happen, but not as a rule. It's not common.
No, it's not. That's what I'm getting.
And there's specific. There has to be a specific reason, a specific thing going on in order for it to happen, and that whatever that thing is fairly rare. So it is possible, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Strictly speaking, technically, yes, it is possible, but it's uncommon, and certainly not anything that any of us can expect to find in our own lives. I mean, we may, but
It's usually going to involve some kind of death for them to go and come back before a certain amount of time, and they don't always do that. I mean, you could have 2 brothers, one drowns and one doesn't, and they don't come back, because that's not a baby. So they have made connections with others, like, their mother, their father, their cousins, all that stuff. Whereas when a baby, even though you do it, there's a soul there, but they don't have the opportunity to make all the emotional connections to all the people that they would normally meet if they lived a longer time. Like, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, cousins, all of that. Then it gets a lot more complicated, right?
Yeah.
And you do have earth angels. A lot of times you can come very close to exiting when you're not supposed to. That's their job. Your earth angels are there. They will move a car out of the way. They'll do some incredible stuff to make sure you're not leaving early. In other words, you're not leaving at 11 when you're supposed to leave at 4. That's the way it works.
Yeah. I hope that helps. That was a really great question. I love these questions. Those are the kinds of things we like to tackle in our practice sessions. So if you guys are interested in learning how to read the Akashic records, Val Dragonfly Crystals is giving another session. It's just one day, and it's in September sometime. I'm not sure exactly when. I should actually look it up, but So if you want to register for that, there's a discount for members of her channel, and it's on her store website, which you can get to from the bio on her channel. I should write it down so I can type it in, but I haven't done that. So it's dragonflycrystals.store, I believe, or maybe it's crystal.store. I'm not sure. Play around. Or just go to her channel and find it. And
I think if they go to her channel, then go to her more page, it's there in the more.
Yeah. Yeah, it's under, if you just hit the more, it'll be there, the link to it. So if you're interested, please join her, because it's a very worthwhile, even if you don't do your own channel, do it or not, but even if you don't, it's really worthwhile, to for your own sake, for your own growth. So, do you want to say a prayer for healing, Pixie? Or do you want me to? It's up to you.
I'm sorry, I think I'm still.
Sorry, did I take you by surprise?
No, it's not that.
I'm sorry.
It's that lifetime, and the nun in Ireland was like, whoa. I can say it, but I don't know how good it'll be off the top of my head.
Wanda,
I think.
Well, we just got Wanda's opinion of that.
We are going to call in all of our angels, guides, heavenly mentors, if you want to call them that, energetic
Beings
companions. Yeah, from 100% divine white light. And what I want people to visualize, if they could, is to see. This is what I'm being shown. I see three light beings. Okay, they're standing on top of like a cliff. And what they're doing is they're unfolding their arms. And as they unfold them, the light starts to come, and it just sweeps down all across the land. And what I'm hearing is it's your birthright. And we understand that you need help to, understand the light codes that are being sent to you at this particular time. We send the healing to help those that are having a little more difficulty adjusting. We understand that it is difficult on human form, is what I'm hearing. Ask us if you are having an issue. What they're saying is the difference is if it's a physical issue and it goes on for longer, what I'm hearing is, we're talking straight 8 hours, 24 hours a day, the whole day, in other words, is going on for more than 5 days. They are saying they want you to go to a physician here on the earth plane, because they want you to rule out the fact that it might be something else, and you're putting it down to an upgrade in your light body. Although that is happening worldwide, it is a very large upgrade. We are trying to do it in sections. However, there is a deadline that we would like to meet to get it done. And here comes a huge wave of green light. And it's going through everybody's, it doesn't matter whether you're inside or outside. If you're in a building, it's going to go right through the building. Those physical obstacles, they don't matter, because they can basically go through them. It's not an obstacle for them. There's something about this Sunday.
The 18th is a full moon. Or no, sorry, the 19th is the full
19th is the
moon.
full moon. Okay. They're asking us to sit in silence as a preparation for the full moon for anything we wish to release. But it's not just about releasing things on that particular full moon. There's a calibration that's going to take place. And then I see, it's like I see the sun and it's spreading out in front of me, and this huge, I can see this huge vista, and it's spreading all across the vista of land, over water. It just goes through everything. It's not restricted by anything. So they want people to drink a lot of water on Sunday. They want them to take time to sit in silence and ask, what is it I need to know at this time? Oh, for we will bring a cherubim on Sunday, what I'm hearing, to assist in the upgrade and to assist those that may be struggling with it. Ask for help. We will send them to you. Do not be afraid. They understand it's a difficult adjustment, but it's not going to cause any harm to the body. You might notice that you have abilities that you haven't had before. We're bringing them into those. It's weird. I see storks bringing in gifts during this upgrade on Sunday. It's an interesting visualization to see, but
I'm delighted by that image of storks bearing gifts.
they want you to know they are always there. They will always be there. Ask them for help. They are standing waiting to assist you. They want everyone to know how much they love them. Now it's a big, huge wave of purple and pink light that I see now. Look at what you're grateful for. For with that acknowledgement comes an increase. They're saying that you have not seen for many, many years. Do not be afraid. Don't let all the noise that's going on around you distract you. Center yourself, breathe, ground yourself, align your chakras, and talk to us. For Sunday is a huge opportunity for those who tune in. We can reach those who do not tune in, but for those who tune in, the adjustment will be swifter, easier, and more complete. My wish is that everybody can feel the amount of love that's coming, because it's going to be a huge wave on Sunday. They said, go in peace and talk to us, for we'll always be there.
Thank you so much, Pixie.
You're welcome.
I don't even know what to say after that.
I just wish I could. Sometimes I wish there were times when I could share what I see, because it's
broadcast.
incredible. It's incredible. It really is.
Yeah, it really is. Wow. Okay. Sorry. Let me just adjust my reality again here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's right. Next week, I'll be on with Jonathan Daly, and then the following week with Gerald, and of course every Tuesday on Akashic Adventures with Viviani and Diana Bowles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gobsmacked. I just don't have anything to say. You know, it's hard to believe. But love you all, and I wish you the very best week and the very best in that coming outpouring of love on Sunday. I hope this has helped you. I hope you feel better. I hope you can take some of this and open your hearts to the love that surrounds you. Because really, that's what it's about, right? It's
We just rarely, I think, experience that level of love on this earth plane. We just don't very often experience it. When you do, it's almost hard to breathe. It's almost hard to talk, because it's
utterly overwhelming. It's utterly overwhelming. So love you all, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.